Hey, welcome to Wing Chair Books. I'm your host, Michael Filippone. I'm going to tell you about a book today that was pretty cool, pretty funky, and I kind of dug it. It was by Stanley Crawford. It's called Some Instructions to My Wife Concerning the Upkeep of the House and Marriage, and to My Son and Daughter Concerning the Conduct of Their Childhood. Or for short, you could just call it Some Instructions. It's by Stanley Crawford. This edition was published by Dalkey Archive. And it was originally published by Knopf in 1978. So the Dalkey Archive edition was a reprint they did in 1985. The book itself is 178 pages. That's including the index in the back. And it's like, I guess it's fiction. I guess you would just call it fiction, but the book itself is like a manual. I think it's a whole take on the Victorian marriage manuals, or a manual on like for courting, or for like a household partnership in marriage. I guess it's like a joke, basically. The whole book is a manual. Every single section or chapter is like a different topic on addressing the wife. The whole book addresses the wife on how to keep a house, basically. Well, the first part is called First to My Wife Concerning the Upkeep of the House and Marriage. And then that's probably about a good third or more of the book. And then it says, the second part is to my son concerning the conduct of his childhood. And then the third part is to my daughter concerning the conduct of her childhood. And then in the end, the last section is to my wife concerning some final dispositions. Like I said, it's a joke, and I really hope it is a joke, because the whole thing is totally chauvinistic. It's just a totally misogynistic writer who basically wrote a set of rules or guidelines or instructions to his wife on what to do, and like how to clean the house, how to raise their children, exactly what to do. Let me read you some of the titles of the sections. Like the first one is called Putting Things Away, and it's pretty short, but it basically tells the wife that like you need to know everything's place and where to put everything away. And then it goes on to the second section is friends near and far, and it talks about like who's a friend, who's allowed to come over and who's not. And when people do come over, when guests come, like it instructs the wife how to handle that, basically. It goes through everything from household calendars to the roof and the floor and the walls, electricity, the weather, pots and pans. Like I said, the whole thing is like, if it were real, if this were like really a character, then they'd be a total asshole. But since the fact that it's fake, I can only really assume. I think it was a really cool book, in how almost 200 pages worth of a manual, a household manual, could be written by this guy, and he's a pig. He's a total dick, and I kind of enjoyed it. Like I said, it's probably fiction, but it's not. There's no plot. There's no characterization. It's literally just a manual. There were some parts. So the first part I said he talks to his wife, and he's just a chauvinist pig. But then in the second part, he talks to his son, and he's not really as rude to his son as he was, but you can tell that he's raising his son his son's going to be just like him, with all the same expectations and all the same gender norms. And there's a part in the section where he addresses his son, and it's called Houses. It's on page 112. And like most of the sections, just about every section in the entire book ranges from half page to 3 pages at the most, maybe 4. And the section on houses, in it, he advises his son to choose a house to his own specifications before he becomes involved with a woman as a romantic partner, because that way, if he already has his house, it's already his domain. And any woman that he meets, if she can't handle his house, if she doesn't like his house, then the marriage won't work. He won't marry her. He'll just, let her know it's over and it's never going to work. He advises against starting a marriage and then finding a house together, because in the best case scenario, the man and the woman, the son and whomever he marries, will find their house together according to both of their specifications. And so supposedly in that best case scenario, there are going to be things that the son as a man will have to settle on in his own house, which the narrator or the writer of the instruction manual seems to think that that's totally unacceptable. So he advises his son to not ever get married unless he has his own house as his own domain, to invite his wife into the house so that she can live in his house with him. Then there's a section in the chapter where he addresses his daughter, and that section is titled Appliances. That's on page 120, and that too is only just more than 1 page. And in Appliances, he tells his daughter that his son is going to have toys. His son, her brother, will have toys such as cars and trucks and tanks and pistols and binoculars. But the daughter's toys are going to be a play kitchen set with a refrigerator, a stove, an oven, and basically he expects her to use these toys to practice for her future when she'll have to maintain the house by cooking and cleaning. So he pretty clearly has these very definite gender norms and gender roles in his mind, and you see how it's coming through in his kids too. He's basically using this instruction manual to teach his kids how to be just like him, which is a dick and a pig. But besides that, it was awesome. Not besides that, because that's the point of the book basically. If I had to define what the point of the book is, it's about creating a character without him actually being in the story. It's not a story, it's just I guess it's just an object, artifact, manual, fiction, and it's a very clear character through it. Unfortunately, you can't see the character of the wife or the son or the daughter, which of course is the point, just as well as having it just be totally centered around this asshole of a guy. But that's some instructions to my wife. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. If you have a lot on your list, I wouldn't go right to it. But it was a fun read for something experimental, and I kind of dug it. If you read it, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the comment section, and have fun. See ya.